Okay, hello world. I am super late, but I am here at long last. I might have forgotten that I had streamed today, so that's why I'm late. This is day 118 of studying compilers every day until I land a compiler role. I'm finally done with all my finals, so yeah, I'm finally free. I get to kind of just mess around for a bit. I guess real quick, like I'll just add upcoming schedule here real quick. So first I want to mention what the stream schedule is going to look like for the rest of this year at least. So tomorrow I get on a plane to head home. I'm not sure if I'll be streaming, but we'll see what happens. There's no guarantees on that. Depending on how tired I am. Sunday I will definitely stream. And I think I get my wisdom teeth pulled someday. I forget which day. Let me check. Yeah, I get them pulled Wednesday, I believe. So that will cause some problems with my stream probably. Yeah, we'll have to see how things shake out there, but hopefully I'm like alive enough after that. There's a chance I just cancel stream for that, but we'll see what happens. We'll play it a little bit more by ear. And then after that point, I think the schedule should be pretty normal. Thursday through Sunday, we'll see how much time I have depending on like whatever I'm working on. And then I come back to campus, I think like the Friday after Christmas. So after that point, the schedule will be absolutely 100% back to normal. In terms of what I plan on getting done before the end of the year, I want to at least get some sort of assembly generated. It doesn't even have to be great assembly, it just has to be like any semblance of assembly. And I can improve performance as I see fit once we get to that point. But yeah, I think that's a pretty reasonable enough start, at least, to these upcoming few weeks. And hopefully y'all are enjoying like your breaks as well. Anyway, with that out of the way, all that like logistics pile, I'm gonna continue liveness analysis. I forgot what specifically I did last time, but it should be actually, yeah, what did I do last time? I think it's all definitely liveness related. I definitely did not finish liveness. Yeah, I definitely did not finish this. I need to like I should probably rename those, but yeah, I want to print out this stuff somehow, and I don't really know how I want to print it or how I even want to make liveness. So I think that's probably the first thing I'm going to deal with. And then the second thing is I'm going to scaffold out the actual like liveness or live ranges computations, because we have genset and killset. We just need to like run the fixed point algorithm and we should be good. What's good, Skill? It's good to see ya. I imagine you're done with all of your school related stuff as well. How do I even run liveness on this? Yeah, I need to figure out a way to like pipeline all of the backend stuff. I'm not really sure what I want to do with that. I might just like, we're not really like calling any, or we're just treating LIR as like a, what the hell? Let's try that again. Driver compiler. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I'll just like do this sort of pipeline thing similar to what I've done before here. We have like an opt level thing, right? We set opt level somewhere. I don't know where. Oh, we should probably set it here, huh? We should probably set something like this. Maybe we could like set an opt level flag as well, and then that will affect our backend cogen as well. And then we can like make the backend pipeline somewhere here, and I think that should be fine. We could also make like a backend pass manager, but that feels a little bit more redundant because we're not really extending it a lot, at least I think. Yeah, but in the meantime, I think we will. Let's. How do I even wanna do this? Yeah, we could make liveness, and then we could. But we need to pass in operand manager. Okay, we'll probably have to like do dependency injection then with MIR to LIR. I think we have like, or I guess we could just pull it from LIR. Yeah, I think that's how we'll do it. I finished up on Wednesday. How'd yours go? Nice. I think mine went well overall. I think there's like a couple of things I could have done better, but overall I'm pretty happy with it. The game dev final yesterday went really well. I'm pretty much guaranteed an A in the class, so I can't really complain about that. We'll have to see how I did on OS. That's the big one concerning me, but it turns out I did the unit conversion correctly on accident, so I mean, we take those. Got out of assembly with an 83. That's fair, yeah. Like, that does not sound like an easy class, and I imagine like a lot of other people also struggled then. I also wouldn't be surprised if like the curve is like, I guess the curve seems pretty reasonable, to be honest. Or I would imagine there'd be like some sort of a reasonable curve to that class, because assembly is hard. Assembly is really hard. What's I gonna do? I was gonna update LIR. So let's add a like get OM thing here. So we can get operand manager star, get OM. Yeah, we can just do that. Yeah, so we can do that. We'll just throw it here, I guess. Yeah, we can just do that. Or wait, I put the semicolon in the wrong place. Whoops. Okay, cool. Okay, so we can get OM now. So I think just for now, we're gonna throw this into driver, at least, just like over here. Yeah, we'll just do that real quick. Only grade I don't have back yet is discrete. Yeah, I mean, I imagine the grade deadline's really soon, right? Like, I know for us, our professors have to get grades in by the 15th, I think. So, surely it's somewhat soon. Okay, let's throw this in here. We want liveness. Let's take LIR, get OM. This is a dot, yeah, okay. And then we have liveness. We're going to compute live ranges for LIR. Or ref, I think. Wait. What is LIR? Do I just? Oh, I need to pass a ref, right? Let's fix that real quick. So backend LIR. No, it's an analysis. So it should be here. Yeah, that should be a ref to program. What's wrong now? Why doesn't this work? Can we just do? Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so we just pass by reference and then life is good. We need to update the thing here though. This should be by ref as well. Just happy to be on break, finally focus on personal hobbies and projects. Yeah, exactly. That's always the best part of break for me, at least, because I don't ever really do anything, at least. Or at least outside of outside of just like writing code and like maybe just like watching YouTube videos. I don't really do anything on break. I don't really go on vacation. It's all just like a staycation, I guess, as some would call it. Alright, let's rebuild this. Let's see how this goes. Starting annual Valorant arc. Damn. I mean, that seems like it'll be fun. I will not have a PC for the next 2 weeks, so I will be streaming off of my laptop, which is running Linux, so I can't really play Valorant on that, unfortunately. But the streams will be back on Arch, which is gonna be fun at least. Okay, let's run this on test, regression input. Let's give it like, oh yeah. Okay, it doesn't crash, which is a good sign. Nothing, oh wait, we don't do anything with compute live ranges, right? No, I definitely do. I definitely do things with it. Okay, so what is gen and kill? Let's just print these. Let's give it like we'll just give it like that real quick, and then like let's throw in food IO stream, so we can just like print something real quick to test. So let's print out. Can we just do that? Okay, we can do that. Yeah, we can print that, I think. And then what's the best way to format this? I guess we should just endline this. Yeah, let's give it colon. Do that. Okay, so then we can do that, and then we can print both of those real quick. Actually, let's just, for auto, so it's a set of register. Okay, so reg, so for each reg in, or reg putter, right, in gen, right? Yeah, that's a reg putter. Reg to string. We'll just be lazy with this. And then we can like stood, yeah, stood end line. Well, this is just gonna be like really ugly, but I can just do that and call it a day. I don't care about the appended thing there. It'll do. Are you in college? How old are you? I am old enough to drink. I will say that much. I'm currently finishing my 4th year in college, or in my 4th year of college rather. I'm wrapping up my undergrad degree and starting my master's at the same time. So that's all quite exciting stuff, at least. Hometown 45 minutes away. Damn. Okay. Yeah, that's like, I'm very jealous of people that can just like drive to and from school. Cause like, I am literally halfway across the country from home, so that's not really a luxury I get, at least. Day 2, let's go game. Thank you. Welcome to the stream, Alhafe. Argena's Jester. What do you mean by that? Let's run this again. Oh. Okay, I guess that makes... This doesn't help me. Oh, I don't increment the line, that's why. Okay, let's print this differently, actually. Let's make like auto toString visitor. Or, wait. This takes in p get om, right? Is that all I need? What does this constructor take again? Does that need anything? LIR. Okay, I don't think I need anything for that then. Yeah, I don't need anything. We already have the pointers. We don't need to like do anything with it, at least. We don't need the OM in there. Okay, let's just see out. Let's give it dash gen, and then we can keep piping stuff to that, and we can give it kill here. Just give it an extra space, just for lining things up. Okay. So if that, and then up here we want to print out the line real quick. So we want I accept. Right, this is a ref, so we can just. Oh wait, no, we do need to do that. Give it TSV. See out. We want to get not I. We want TSV get result. Yeah, and that should just print everything. We should probably print out the line as well. Yeah, so we can do like that, and then we can print that as well. Yeah, that should do. Yeah, so we get the number, we print the line, and then at the end we want to increment line, obviously. Or actually, we can increment it here, like that, and we should be good. Let's rebuild it. Started to dive back into crafting interpreters. Ooh, doing all that in C++ sounds really fun. I imagine it doesn't map one-to-one, but I think it'd be more meaningful at least. Oh, what the fuck? That prints everything. That's not what I wanted to do, I think. Wait. Does that just print everything? That does just print everything. Okay. And then we want TSV. How do I clear? Oh, should I just make a new one each time? We're just printing things. I don't care about performance. Let's see what happens. What are you making? I'm making a compiler from C to x86-64. Right now I'm working on generating assembly. There's like a whole can of worms to deal with there. Okay, this looks more correct to me. There are so many instructions here though. I should probably use a smaller test program, but why is the kill set so large in all of these? That seems strange. I feel like I've forgotten to clear something somewhere. Yeah, I'll worry about that in a second. You're in Legend Inspiration SL, started a YouTube channel. Ooh. That's good to hear. Hopefully, if it's like a streaming every day until I get a job thing, I hope that you get a job and stop streaming before I do, because then you're in a better spot than I am, I think. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that I've inspired someone with this at least. Okay, so I need to clean something up here. This makes sense, that's a label. This makes sense. Okay, all these pushes are fine, it looks like. This looks fine, this looks fine. Where do they start piling up? On the pops, okay. I think I forgot to clear something with pop. Should probably just like make this a... I should probably make this a print, actually. Yeah, let's let's just steal everything in here, because I feel like I'm gonna need this for debugging anyway. Alright, yeah, let's actually just steal around the function. Let's delete that in there. Print gen kill. Yeah, let's make that a function. Yeah, maybe I should make like a tree print function as well, but oh well. Yeah, that seems reasonable enough, so we could do that. So let's go back out to driver real quick. Yeah, we can do that with lir, like that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Job interval I don't want to be in. Make in 2-3 time. Nice. That seems like a very solid goal. I imagine if you put enough time into it every day, you will make it 100%. Got compiler design class in about 7 months. Ooh, I mean, I'm definitely, I might be a little bit biased, but I think compiler classes are quite cool. Although I think a lot of them do focus a lot on like parsing, which is like kind of uninteresting. So it's up to you. Like, if you don't enjoy it, then like fair enough. That's completely understandable. Okay. I want to change this interface at some point, but I think that'll be easier later on once I have this more built out, and then I can figure out what I want to do with it. Print gen kill makes sense here. We can just do that. Yeah, we can throw IOStream in there. I don't think that really matters. Yeah, okay. Let's change this to an add. Get OM. Maybe I should add it with like dependency injection though. I don't know. Anyways. So what did I change in here? I added like live range printing. Yeah. Let's just add everything. Print live or gen kill. Okay. So that's a reasonable place to commit, I think. Okay, let's figure out what I was missing in the clear at least. I think it was in the kill set? Yes, it was in the kill set. So let's go to kill set visitor. Aha, there we go. So let's rebuild. I don't know why I used up arrow for that, but okay, let's rebuild it. Looking excited for linear algebra? That sounds, yeah, that's a very important class, I feel like. I don't think I need to explain a lot about why, but I found it very meaningful, at least when I took our linear algebra class. Although it kind of just turns into like the same thing explained like 5 different ways. So, I mean, your mileage may vary, at least. What did I want to change? I want to change the way we print real quick. Let's give it a space as well so we can do more interesting reading. Okay. All right, let's look at this a little bit more closely now. There's so much output. No lineage? Why? Why not? I've heard that people who don't like calculus will like lineage. Not necessarily. I know people that just like both, but they're very much like orthogonal to each other, at least. I think of lineage as like a utility library in a language. Like, it's not like strictly necessary, but it will make like reading things a lot less miserable if you understand it, I think. That's my take at least on it. I had to check Discord real quick. Numerical analysis. I see. I don't know. All of my math major friends low-key do not like math, so I can't really say a lot about it, but I imagine like if you want to take it, it will be enjoyable. Why C++? Well, it's quite simple actually. I just want C++ practice. If I were to start again and like choose a language without thinking of like practice as the main reason, I'd probably pick like Rust. It's just quite ergonomic, and like the debugging experiences, or like I guess like the like code writing cycle is like categorically better than any other language, I think. But the reality is I need to look for employment. That's like the whole purpose of this series. And well, I mean, there's not really a way around that other than just writing more code and writing code in languages that are used at places that I want to end up. And the LLVM codebase is very largely in C++, so I need the C++ practice. That's about it. There's no way you won't get a C++ role. We'll see how the job market looks. There's also a chance my resume is a little bit sloppy as well. So we'll see what happens. I was gonna pick another file, but there was something that caught my eye here that I think I messed up. I think that LEA I think I got wrong. Right? That's the kill 0, 0. Why is 8 in the gen here? Top 1% of all candidates assuming you're a university student? I guess yeah, but the 1% is also quite large, so it's very hard to specify anything. What's the advantage? Good to see you. I got my role as legal researcher. Ooh. Well, I mean, that's not to say that like your coding experience is like useless at least. I think there's a lot of like other. I think like that's at least something that like makes you unique as a candidate, which you can like apply in certain contexts at least. Like I imagine if you can like, if your research involves stuff around like software and stuff, I think that could be interesting. I remember reading about some like digital forensics stuff and something about like admissibility with logs. Like if some cybersecurity case happens and like you try to pull logs in a court, I think there's like an issue of like whether they've been tampered with or not, so that could be something you look into. I imagine like you could do some sort of like cross-domain research in that regard as well, on like making sure evidence is like legally admissible. But yeah, I guess you'll have to like, I don't particularly know what the legal system looks like in your country, so you'd have to make sure that it's all like remotely useful at least. C++ because my classes make me. That's fair, yeah. I imagine like it's like an interesting phenomenon at least, or at least like it's interesting just like learning about C++ because like you simultaneously learn to love and hate it at the same time. Like it allows you to do so much, but it also does not hold your hand at all. And that's also like, that's just like the trade-off you get with a language like this. Like I read a like Reddit comment like a couple hours ago actually about like C++ versus Rust, and like I remember like someone explained it as like C++ like Rust teaching you how to write better C++ code, and C++ like giving you the motivation behind Rust's decisions or Rust's design choices. And I thought that like made a lot of sense at least. I chose C++. I chose C++ on my code force a lot. That makes sense, yeah. Competitive programming was not for me. That's so fair, yeah. I kind of wish I tried it at least. I feel like it wouldn't have been for me, but I wish I at least gave myself the chance to like give it a try at least. What's good, H? I'm doing well. Hopefully you're doing well as well. What's it gonna do? I was gonna pick a smaller program. Let's just add a tiny test because this is bugging me a lot at least. I guess we could just run this on everything, huh? And just make sure everything looks about right. Let's look at LEA real quick, because I think I was doing gen wrong for it. Because we don't care about the destination in gen set here, I think. Right? Yeah, we don't care about that. We just write to that, I'm fairly sure. Actually, let's look this up again. It's just a use. It doesn't define it, at least. So I imagine this is good. So let's rebuild it. This is a lot of output to look through, but it's pretty reasonable, I think. Okay. Yeah, this looks more correct to me. Okay, let's scroll up to the top here. So this label has nothing, that makes sense. This push just has a gen, that's fine. That also just, yeah, these are pushes, that's fine. Okay, a move. 0 is kill, that, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, let's just, I guess we could just keep looking through this. All the LEAs I think are correct now, at least. Pop looks correct. Yeah, that makes sense. I think the rest of this in this program is going to be uninteresting. So let's run this on. Let's run it on like call chain. Oh, that's 500 lines. Oh. Let's make it even longer. Let's look through more code. This will be a lot of what today is, at least. Just like staring at the garbage I've output here. Yeah. Okay, well, I think it all looks about correct. What did I change here? Just print output. Or add. Let's add partial. What was this again? Oh. That, we want to add that. Why did I just, what am I doing? Are you emitting moves? Yeah, that's the plan. Actually, why did I even generate fees? I should just generate moves. Yeah, they'll turn into moves at least, or I guess copies. I'll figure out what to do with them in like half a week probably, if I had to guess. let's preserve SSA through. There's no need to compute. I don't think I preserve SSA. I think there's a little bit of slush that happens, but it's technically not SSA after that point. Also, like I just want to like work with this algorithm a little bit more, so I think that'll be fun. Minor bug fixes with kill. Yeah, that sounds like a very smart design choice. I should probably try that in the future. Okay, now we need to generate in and out, which scary. This will be a little bit scary. I think this is all correct at least. We'll find out very quickly if it's wrong, if the code that I generate is incorrect, but that'll be funny if it happens. Okay, so that goes in there. Let's look up the thing again. At the point where after Rajalok the rest is valid. Theoretically, yes, I think. From there it's just like efficiency passes, so like scheduling and like some additional like people stuff, but it's all kind of like from there at least, or not but like it's not strictly necessary, I think. Was I looking up liveness? The Wikipedia page had a okay. So that, I think we could just do like a fixed point thing for this. In use before any used in as before any assignment. Yeah, okay. Wait. Yeah, okay. So then okay. This is gonna be fun. I just tried to I just tried using tmux n to switch back to West term. I'm so cooked. Okay, so what am I gonna do here? Okay, let's go in here. I think we want to set in and out just to like everything in gen and kill first, and then we can go from there at least. Yeah, let's give that a shot. Yeah, so let's copy that over here. We don't care about this print stuff anymore. We can just nuke all of that real quick. So we can do that, and then we can just like what do I even do here? How do you think your final went yesterday? Well, so I know how I did. I got an 88 on it. The exam time was like 2 hours, but it was So the exam time slot was 2 hours. And then the actual time that I was supposed to take was like half an hour. And then I took like 20 minutes on it. So it was rather fast. And then grades were out like before the end of the time slot, which was pretty funny. Yeah, so I got that done. Got an 88 because I mixed up some terminology, but it is what it is. Okay, so how do I compute this stuff? Let's see. There has to be pseudocode somewhere. Surely in someone's slides. Apologies for like the complete blinding. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay. How do we reduce this down, I guess? We can set this first, I think. So then for each n, okay, so we copy in n, wait, what? Oh, I see, okay. So that's just a copy, and just like, we could express this as just like, if changed, then we like, or like, we run until no change. Okay, so we union the def, the kill. Wait, what is the? Okay, wait. Live minus, so out minus kill. Okay, so def is kill. That makes sense. So in equals gen unioned with outset minus kill. And then, oh, I see, okay. Where can you get started for setting compilers? I would start with crafting interpreters. It's a web book. Everyone like really likes it. It's pretty famous. And then after that, I would move on to writing a C compiler by Nora Sandler. That reminds me, I should set up the bot commands at some point. That'd be interesting. Yeah. Okay. Let's try to implement this real quick. Yeah. So, oh boy, what do I even do here? Let's just. How do I even initialize in and out properly? So in equals, you can, okay, let's look this up. I forgot how to do this. Do I need to know assembly to build a C compiler? You probably do. That's something you can probably like pick up on the fly though. Yeah, you'd have to, it might be a little bit awkward, but I think it's very much doable. Insofar as like you'll be learning assembly at least. So we want let's actually... Just do that. Oh, whoops. It's a ref. Okay. What's wrong here? Oh. So you can... How do I even do this? I'm trying to pre-allocate all the empties, but I don't think I need to. Do I need to do this? Oh, duh. Okay, I might be a bot. Okay. So in equals vector std vector register set. Let's give it size and then let's just do that actually. That should be good, right? So that's all default initialized. Yeah, okay, we can do that. Because we're just like resetting it anyway. So we can set all of those. We can generate all of this. Do we want to just make gen and kill real quick? We can make a vector of these. We can just make it local. Surely this is fine. Or we could just... Do we care? Yes, we care. Let's just copy these. This might be like really slow, but I'll clean it up surely. Okay, let's... So we can accept those, and then we can gen push back. And we just move that, I think. Kill set. Yeah, we can do that. And then how do we iterate through this? So we can do changed true. So while changed, we want to keep going. We could also do it like do while, but I think that's ugly. So I want to put it at the top. Okay, so we want in and out sets. So we've already got that. Let's just split screen this. I don't care about that anymore. So we can just slap this on there. Okay, so let's so we can do that equal for each I in, yeah, we can just copy this. Yeah, we can just, oh, I did not copy correctly. That's not what I want to do. There we go. Till you get a job is gonna be bittersweet. Yeah, I mean that's kind of how it is. I'll still probably stream after, so I'll still be around. It's just, I think my schedule will be a little bit less regular. It already isn't really that regular. I do technically have like a compiler related internship, but just for like stream related reasons, and it's not like full time. I think I'm I've made the decision to like keep this sort of stream series going at least. What font are you using? This is JetBrains Mono. It's the one that like all of JetBrains editors use. It also just looks sufficiently good, so I can't really complain. Okay, so we want to make a copy, I think, but I really don't want to make a copy. Okay, so let's set change to false real quick. So we can do that. So we want to update in and out here, or yeah. So we want. What's like the best way to make a copy here, actually? We should index actually. So we want size. Just write a for loop there. Do we even care about the instruction actually? We already have the gen and kill sets. We don't really care, I think. We can just work with indices and call it a day. Okay, let's figure out what the hell to do here. So we can just like update first. So in at I. So this equals. So which one is which again? Yeah. So in and out, we want. Where did we define? Where did we define the other stuff? This is successor. Oh, is that n minus or n plus 1? That would be n plus 1, right? Yeah, okay. We'd look at that, I think. We'd need to figure out what successor is. And then these are the same. Okay, well, let's look back at this. So we could do I plus 1, and then if I plus 1 equals size, then successors will be. We'll just like successors equals so if that equals size, then what do we do with it? So if it's size, then we can give it empty. Otherwise, it is how do I get this, actually? I don't think this is, like, defined well, right? We just want the immediate successor in this fixed point, right? Actually, you know what? I know exactly where we can find the pseudocode. Is it this one? No, it's not. Give me a second. So I don't like dox everything real quick. Is it here? Oh, there's actually some examples here. Okay, that's very helpful. What was here? Okay, so we just need to like figure out successors for some things. Yeah, we'll need to like do a little bit of digging around, but it'll be fine. Most of these are just like the next successor. Yeah, we should do like a get successor index thing, I think. This will just be like really slow, but it's fine. Or we could just cache everything. We could make successors in one place actually. Let's figure that out in a second. I think in will be a little bit less awful. Yeah, so this is like the pseudocode that we're looking at here. So we get gen and kill sets. We default initialize in and out. We should probably, yeah, we should definitely move this up first, huh? Okay, let's do that. So for each instruction, in is let's make a new, yeah, let's make a new one. This is this is quite funny. So we want like, is it awful to just like, no, this is not bad because, actually this is quite bad, but new in, new out. I think we're just assuming that this is gonna be really slow. I hope it's not like the end of the world that I'm doing it like this though. So we want to get, yeah, let's just do that. Let's split screen like this. So we want to get gen at I. Or we want gen. Right? Or like this. Oh, wait. This is a register set. What am I doing? I just take gen I here instead. Oh, cool. Okay. So we can take gen, and then we want out minus kill. For auto reg. Auto star reg, I guess, in kill I, or out I actually. The other way we could do this is we could just have like a swap buffer pretty much is how I'm thinking about it at least. Okay, so we can do that, and then let's just like auto gen I equals gen I, or I guess this is probably auto optimized surely. So if it doesn't contain reg, okay, then we want math union. Is this and or is this or? Okay, it's or. Okay. Okay, I had to make sure real quick. I think that goes to show how my math looks going into this. So if that's not proof that like anyone can do this, I don't know what will be. Okay, so if that's not there, then new in, we want to insert reg. Yeah, okay, so we can do that. I think that's all we need there. So we can do that. And then yeah, and then we can and then we can do new out. Yeah, so we can do that. Yeah, let's make a successors array real quick. Should probably store that statefully, but we could just make a visitor again and call it a day. So we have gen kill and we have successors, I guess. This will make a mess, huh? How do we want to do that actually? We probably want a visitor for that. I think that'll make it the least ugly. Let's make a vector of I guess we could just make it int, I guess, for now. So we can make successors there. Yeah, we can determine that at some point. That might be a future task. I'm like writing Rust again. Fuck me. Yeah, we can do that, I guess. Search successor and successors at I. So we want the inset from that. So we want new out. We want insert set. This is unordered set, so I think it's fine. Let's do that real quick. Or is this unordered set? I think I want to make it ordered at some point actually, just for print reasons. There's no other real reason. That we'll get it correct with this first at least, and then we'll figure out what to do. Or we could just print it ordered and like no one will be the wiser. We can just sort before printing. I don't really care about print runtime, to be honest. Okay, so we can just insert a range. Yeah, so we can insert successor begin end. All right. Oh wait, we can just take successors at I begin, right? Or wait, no, we did it correctly. So for each successor, we want the in of that. So in at successor begin and then in end. Okay, and then we can just compare these, and then if they're not the same, changed is true. So new in does not equal in at I. New out not equals out at I. Then change equals change is true. Wow, I can't spell. Okay. Okay, that should work correctly at least. Okay. And I think that's all we need, to be honest. And then we just need to we need to update them real quick. So we want in at I swap. Or we could just swap if they've changed alternatively. I guess swap is not that slow. Swap is quite fast, surely. We're just changing. Yeah, it's constant time, so this is fine. We could also just make in buffer and out buffer. That might be the fast way to do this, huh? Yeah, let's do that. I quite like that. So let's just make so we can do that. New in out. We can do that. Let's do that. So we have that, and then we want. Can we just do that? Oh, cool. Okay. Or actually, I could just copy like this, right? That makes a copy. Yeah, copy assignment. Okay. So then we want to clear. Right. I want to clear that. Yeah, that makes sense. And then this clears implicitly, I think, and then that clears explicitly. So that should be fine. Yeah, okay. We can do that. So we can swap, and then we can swap without here. Okay. Great job. Thank you. Yesterday I had a crazy idea to make a programming language for writing shellcode. What do you mean by that? Is that not just like bash? Or am I just like not understanding? Actually, we could just... let's do equals for each of her. We could just do like 2 if statements here. So if they're not the same, then change equals true. And we can swap like that. And then we can do the same thing here. This is out. This is out. Okay. That looks good to me, to be honest. Yeah, okay. So this relies on out. This relies on in of successors. I don't think it particularly matters, but I think this is fine. Yeah, so we can just do this until fixed point, and we're good, I guess. Okay, and then we can just like keep these buffers around. So that's very nice. Alright, I'm happy with the way I've done this actually. I think that's all we need. We just need to like add successors now. Okay, so we just scaffolded that out. So we just need to update successors. I need to like think about that a little bit more. Let's actually scaffold that out at least. We have the time. But I think this is the last thing I do today because I've got a lot of other stuff to do. I need to start packing. I need to do laundry. I have like some plans with friends later tonight. And then I have like one more task I need to get done before that. So I'm gonna be getting all of that done hopefully. But yeah, it'll be a good time. We'll see. Okay, let's add one more thing to this big pile here. So we have kill set visitor. We can copy that. And then this should be, this is gonna be really silly. Successor visitor. Let's rename that real quick. Let's just amend that real quick. Okay. So that name looks a little bit less silly, at least. Okay. So we can get successors. Successor set, I guess. Set? I guess we could do set. I'm gonna just do successors visitor. Just do that. I don't think we care about operand manager. We don't care about that even, honestly. Okay, the result will be a... What will be the result? Actually, I should definitely rewrite all of this to just return the full list. Or just like hold on to the list, honestly. Because like we're just referring to a list we've already made anyway, so it seems a little bit silly otherwise. Yeah, we can just do that for now. I'll just add notes for myself real quick. Yeah, so we can generate the whole set. Or, yeah. I don't really know how that plays with caching though, so we'll have to see how that looks. I guess, I don't know, this is probably fine. If there's a concrete reason to change it, I will change it. Okay, so we can get result. So we can do that. This should be successors. Okay, that should be all. That should be good for that. We don't need operand manager. Okay. So this is actually very annoying. Because I think we might need to give it the program, actually. Or at least the list of instructions. What type is good instructions? Std list of std unique footer LR instruction. Alright, yeah. Instructions. Okay, do that. Yeah, and then we can just copy that real quick. Yeah, do that. What type of source code is this software you're running right now going to compile? The goal is to take C, or at least a subset of C, and then compile it down to x86-64. And the idea is then I can just like, I can kind of benchmark myself against the large production compilers, and that should be a pretty fun outcome to look at least. Okay. So what do I even do here? I guess we could also just like, we could just pull this out and it's like no big deal. If I want to make a compiler LLVM project to break into the space, do you recommend a simple C subset? Yeah, I think that's a pretty good place to start. You could also make your own language, and then like that allows you to like get around some of the like annoying things that you have to deal with just based on like language specific things that you need to adhere to. But also like picking a well-established language has its benefits in that sense at least. I believe LLVM's tutorial is actually pretty good. It uses their own like made-up kaleidoscope language. I followed it. I thought it was pretty helpful in terms of like getting used to the LLVM internals. I would strongly recommend that personally, but I've heard mixed things from other people, so your mileage may vary. The biggest difficulty with LLVM is just to like figure out what's happening because it's very poorly documented. So you'll have to do a lot of your own research at least. Okay, instructions, this is fine. Successors, this looks correct to me. Trying into NeoVim, is there any keyboard you recommend? Honestly, I don't think it matters that much. It matters insofar as like typing makes you happy, but like at the end of the day, a keyboard's a keyboard. I don't think any mechanical keyboard you could really go wrong with. Even most of the membrane ones, they're perfectly serviceable. Like if you wanted to like splurge on a keyboard, then like very valid. Feel free to do so, but it's not going to be like make or break beyond just like I enjoy typing more, so I will use NeoVim more. Was there anything that I was missing here? I need to change get result. That. Yeah, okay, this looks about right to me. Okay, let's scaffold this out a little bit, and then I think I will call it a stream. So let's throw this all down here. This comes after kill set. Do that. This takes instructions. Yeah, that looks reasonable. If you had to buy a new one, I don't know. It's really hard for me to say at least because I haven't like thought about keyboards in a while. This one has just been perfectly serviceable for me. One of my friends has an ortholinear board that he enjoys a lot. That could be something you look into if you're like into that form factor. I would stick to like I think 75%, or actually, what is like the common enthusiast form factor? Is it like 80? I think it's 75%. Right? Yeah, 75% I think is probably the form factor you want. Unless you like really want the home and end keys. Then like go for 80% or like TCal. But I think F keys are pretty important, at least for like my setup at least. None of the keys here are particularly important to me. Oh, there is a home and end key. Okay, so then that's probably fine actually. Actually, yeah, low-key. 75% is probably the form factor I would go for if I were to get a new one. I haven't thought about which board I would get, but it would definitely be something of this form factor. I've heard good things about the Rainy 75. I know it was there was like a really big sale last Black Friday, but I'm not sure how it's looking right now, so you will just have to do your own research. But I think as long as there's at least one person endorsing whatever board you're getting, I think it's pretty impossible to get a board that you're like completely unhappy with. Let's return successors here. Okay, cool. Okay, let's new lines. Let's make a macro. So this is successor, visitor, and visit. Let's make a new line. Okay, let's do that. Okay, cool. I think that's all the scaffolding we need actually. We can figure out what to do with this later. Yeah. Let's build real quick just to make sure I haven't broken everything too much. If I have, then that'll be really funny, but hopefully I haven't. Let's make test. Okay, cool. Scaffolded, actually let's actually call it real quick in wherever it was down here. Instead of KSV, we want to make now that's really stupid just hanging on to these. Like, it really does not matter, honestly, I think. I can just do successors visitor. Actually, we don't even need that. I think we can just default it, right? Do successor visitor, just SV. Oh, we do need to... Wait. Oh, yeah, I see. Okay. That's really annoying. Let's just give it, like... null putter. Right? Does that not work? Am I like... I might just be like a bot right now. Oh, I spelled it wrong. There's too many C's. Okay. There we go. That's correct. And then this should take null putter, I think. Maybe we could just do that. Oh, I need a comma. Right. What does this take again? I literally just wrote this. Oh, it's a ref. God damn it. Okay, well, let's call this like, let's just change this interface for now. Let's make this take program here. So we want p get om. This is dot, I think. That again, and just give it p there. Oh, we need to update that again. We can delete in this though, I'm fairly sure. We also need to set program. So we do that. So then we want our program fp Or do you just need that? Or let's do that real quick. You're crazy, man. Thank you. What's a compiler role? It's a job where I can hopefully just work on compilers for a living. That's about it. Yes, we can get rid of that. Yeah, that makes sense. What's wrong here? Should be program. Okay, that looks about right. We need to change a lot of things here. What's this ID? It's Neovim. I spelled successors wrong here again. Let's fix that. Can use it in window. If you mean like in Windows, I'm working in Windows right now. If you mean as like an independent like pop-out program, I think NeoVide exists. Yeah, you could probably use this, but that doesn't really work well with my workflow, so I don't use it. I've heard good things about it though, so feel free to, I guess. Nah, you're good, don't worry about it. Oh, this is what I'm missing. Whoops. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, and now we're just like storing the program in this, so this is fine. I'm fairly sure. Let's just build real quick. Yeah, you're good. Don't worry about it. It really is no big deal. What the hell? Oh, I know where this is. It's in driver. So let's clean that up real quick. Let's rebuild. Okay, cool. Scaffold. You see, scaffold, not liveness. What's it called? Successors, liveness, and we update interface for liveness. Okay. I think that's all I want to do for now. Yeah, I've got some other stuff I need to take care of before I fly out tomorrow. So, is this reasonable? Yeah, this seems fine. I'll probably add like more print helpers at some point, actually. So we have 6 minutes. Cool. Okay, yeah, I think that's a pretty reasonable place to call today's stream. With that, I think I will sign off. Thank you all so much for showing up today. Make sure to sub to the channel if you haven't, and like the stream if you haven't. In the description is also my Discord. You should join that if you haven't. It's the best place to get pinged when I go live and chat with everyone else in the community. Advent of Code is like technically over, but you can still join our leaderboard, I'm fairly sure. So if you're even remotely interested in that, you should do that. Yeah, also, I guess my GitHub and my LinkedIn are in the description, so you can add me on those if you want to stay up to date with what I'm up to. You're going offline? Yeah. I gotta do some stuff before today ends, so yeah, I gotta do that. Yeah, thank you all so much. Take care, y'all. Take it easy, and have a good one.